Jeri, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to share your story with us. I know your story, but I'm really curious and I want everybody else to hear your story and how you came to our office. So if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about your story, what you had, the surgery that you just had done, and just share your story because it's a remarkable one.
I was playing pickleball in Illinois at my daughter's, where she lives. And of course, it was the second time trying to play pickleball, and I fell. Everybody else, John plays racquetball, Brody plays lacrosse, and Mia plays paddleball. So everybody knew how to do everything except me. So I fell, and we went to the emergency room because I couldn't walk on it. And I was shocked that they said it was broken because I didn't think I'm usually tough. That doesn't break. But it was broken, and they operated the following day and put a plate and screws in my hip. And what happened, the way they did, it went through the bone, one part of it went through the bone and it stuck out on one side and also on the other side. Then it went up, I guess, into the ball, how they attached it. But I didn't know why they didn't give me a hip implant, but I guess if it's trauma, they just put bones together. So I went for, it was close to 4 months with this in me, and was with physical therapy and everything, and it hurt the whole time. Every time I was on my leg, it hurt. And that's with walking with a walker and all that. But I never did for, let's see, until I got this operation, 5 months, I couldn't stand on that leg. So I knew about going to Dr. Goff because 2 of my friends went to him.
Mm-hmm.
One of them had, Sandy, she had 2 hip implants, and they walked. It was amazing how they walked. And then Pat, she also did. But Sandy, we always have lunch. Every month we have lunch together. She was operated on I think Tuesday, and she was at lunch on Friday. And she had a cane, but she says, I'm using this, but I really don't need it, because she could just walk. And Pat, same thing. She had only one hip implant. Sandy didn't have 2 at one time. It was 1, and then I think it was a year or 2 later she had another one. And they loved Dr. Goff. And so same with Pat. She said, I got up, and she said, I got home and I walked. And she said, her husband said, why are you walking with a cane? She goes, I don't know, I don't need it. So she put that away because she didn't even need it. So she walked right away. But I knew how good he was from them. And then I know he was in a magazine. I read that article because I knew from Pat and Sandy how good he was. So I read all that about Dr. Goff, heard so many great things about him. And I thought, he's the man I'm going to go to, because I knew this wasn't working. And with physical therapy, I was going twice a week for, oh gosh, it was over 6 weeks I had been there, and I don't know how many more weeks. And I thought, I'm just going to...
And you still couldn't walk, right?
I still couldn't walk.
Right.
I still couldn't stand on that leg. So I found it on the internet how to fill in everything. Andrea, she called, and I was so happy I could get in. And so we got in, and I got scheduled in, and I couldn't wait. And in fact, somebody canceled, and I got right in. Right. So I was even happier because I could get in. But
so you are, how far, so you've had a revision, what we would call a revision surgery. How far out are you now from that surgery? 6 weeks. And are you using a walker?
No walker. I haven't needed a walker, but because where he took the screws and plate out, he had to put some bone in, and they wanted me 4 more weeks not to do anything, and he told me to walk with the walker, but I didn't have to. But I knew I wouldn't fall. It was in the house.
Right.
I didn't do anything that would make me fall. So I was good. And I've been walking, and I'm ready to go outside and plant and do everything I can do. And he gave me his famous hip implant, because before he said he had to take all that other out from the other surgery, and then it may be a regular hip implant. But it ended up, it wasn't. I got his famous hip implant. So I was excited.
And you just told me that you were able to go shopping for the first time in 6 months, actual physical shopping.
Yes. because it's too hard with a walker to shop, and I'm slow and everything. So I didn't, but I went with a friend. I think it was Sunday that I went with a friend, and we went
Awesome.
shopping all day.
No problem.
Walker, no nothing. I
What
was
a
excited.
what a great story.
Oh, it was fun. It was. Dr. Goff, all of you have been, Chris, you, Amy, everyone has been so good. And anytime I text you, you wrote me back immediately. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, oh no, you don't have to write me back that soon. But anyway, you got, all of you were just great. If I have to have another hip implant, this is where I'm coming. I hope not, but this is where I'll be.
Oh, thanks so much,
it was
Jeri.
great.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's just an incredible one, and we appreciate you so much.
Oh, I appreciate all of you and what Dr. Goff did. It changed my life, because if I had that other surgery, I would be with a walker probably the rest of my life. Or if I wasn't, because my leg was an inch shorter from that other operation too. And I was hobbling. If I tried to walk, which hurt when I did walk on my own, and that was just a few steps, but I just hobbled. It was going side to side because my leg was an inch shorter, and he fixed it. So my leg is normal with the other leg now.
Wow.
So
Yay.
it's great. So.